Hello guys, welcome back to VP Reaction. I'm Peter.
I'm Vicky.
Welcome to today's episode, and for today's episode of our reaction videos, we are going to react on is it a documentary or a video?
It's like just a video.
Yeah, this video was brought to us by Dan. So thank you, Dan, for this episode. Thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for jumping in. It's entitled "When John Lennon and David Bowie Created the #1 Hit Fame."
Oh, the #1 hit song that is
Fame. We did the song Fame,
but way back.
Yeah.
But I think we revisited.
But I remember its vibe. We were talking about some artistic life, how they struggle with the fame, something like that on the message. I remember when we did it. But so for today, we're going to have a video of Fame when John Lennon and David Bowie created the #1 hit Fame. Yeah, so welcome here, enjoy this with us to the end.
Don't forget to subscribe, and since you're going to discover what really happened or the story behind it, I think the next song now we'll do is Fame, so that we at least we can get to it when we have a lot of information.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, subscribe, and in case you have a request, a suggestion, please request it via Buy Me Coffee link on the description or our Patreon community as well. It is on the description below.
Exactly.
Let's find out.
Let's go.
In March 1975, he teamed up with David Bowie on Fame. Yeah, I was never in the London scene in the 60s, whereas George and Paul would be going around everybody's sessions all the time, playing with everybody. I never played anywhere without the Beatles. I never jammed around with people at all.
Loyalty or just didn't interest
No,
you?
just shyness, insecurity, and I couldn't go in a session and play like George plays. You know, I've limited vocabulary on the guitar and the piano. So what could I do going in with Cream or whatever they were doing those days? So I never hung out in the clubs playing. I hung out in the discos boogieing and drinking and that, but I never did that bit. And then suddenly I was working with Elton, and then Bowie was around and we were talking and that, and he'd say, come down, and I found myself doing that. So he's fiddling around, he writes them in the studio. Now he goes in about 4 words and a few guys and starts laying down this stuff. And he has virtually nothing, he's making it up in the studio. So I just contributed whatever I contributed, you know, like backwards piano and a couple of things like repeat of Fame. And then we needed a middle 8, so we took some Stevie Wonder middle 8 and did it backwards, you know, and we made a record out of it, right? So he got his first #1, so I felt that was like a karmic thing, you know. With me and Elton, I got my first #1, so I passed it on to Bowie and he got his. And I like that track, you know. I must say I admire him, vast repertoire of talent the guy has. I was never around when the Ziggystardust thing came because I'd already left England when all that was going on, so I didn't really know what he was. And meeting him doesn't give you much more of a clue, you know.
That's very true. Very true.
Because you don't know which one you're talking to, you know. And you know, we all have our little personality traits.
Yeah, that's John.
So between him and me, I don't know what was going down, but we seemed to have some kind of communication together, and I think it's great, the fact that he could just walk into that and do that. I could never do that.
Do you remember doing Across the Universe with Bowie? You played guitar on that?
Did I play on that too?
I think you did.
Oh yeah, my God, jeez, I did, yeah.
I never forget something John Lennon told me. We were talking about writing, and I would always admire the way he used to cut through so much of the bullshit, just come straight to the point with what he wanted to say. And he said it's very easy. All you have to do is...
I can comment on that. Like John Lennon just always just come straight to the point. Like he doesn't go around
beat around the bush.
Beat around the bush. In most of the songs, even the Beatles songs, we find that that's just straight to the point, simple for you just to understand. It's not like for Bowie, you find it hard to just even interpret the message and all that. So that connection between the two, you know, maybe Bowie is like he will just think a lot, or maybe just to find, maybe to write something. You have to just think a lot so that you can come with this complex context. But for Lennon, it's just simple, straight to the point. So I can get that point.
Say what you mean, make it rhyme, put a backbeat to it.
Right.
And that, I keep coming back to that principle.
Does Fame sort of come out like that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was so easy. John had an incredible charisma that made you cut through things.
Right.
I can see the effect that he must have had on McCartney, and I would imagine McCartney sorely misses that now.
Right. The song Fame.
Yeah.
Lennon worked on that with you.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It came out of a conversation that we had. I said, you know, I hate this manager that I've got. What can I do about it? You know, how do I get a new manager? And that's just stop right there. No management. You don't need management. I mean, he was the first artist I'd ever met who told me that I didn't need management, that it was not necessary, you know. And bless him, forever after that, I did get rid of that manager, and I virtually managed myself.
But was that an exciting thing for you to work with John Lennon?
75, rather. It helped. I mean, he was one of the major influences on my musical life. I mean, I just thought he was the very best of what could be done with rock and roll, and also ideas. How he was so. I mean, I felt such kin to him in as much as that he would rifle the avant-garde and look for ideas that were so on the outside, on the periphery of what was the mainstream, and then apply them in a functional manner to something that was considered populist and make it work. He would take the most odd idea and make it work for the masses. And I thought that was just so admirable. I mean, that was like making artwork for the people and not sort of having it as an elitist, you know, thing. There was just so much about him that I admired. He was tremendous, you know.
Wow. He was tremendous.
Yeah, and he was the first person to tell me you don't need a manager.
Okay, that's I don't know how he took that perspective. Like you don't need a manager. Maybe according to maybe his experience and all that. Like you can manage yourself. More so if you are just alone in that in the music space, and maybe you've worked with managers before, so you really know what's right and what's wrong.
Exactly.
So at that point, maybe you can manage yourself.
Yeah,
Because
I think from what you have said on the experience, once I'm not sure, is it between when was their first manager? Was it at this point when the Fame song was released? Had their manager had already died?
Oh, by the way, and they had no manager at the moment.
Or they changed to a new manager, and I think from that we can say generally, you know, by having a manager, you put all your maybe program schedules, everything to one person, and when he leaves, like you depend on
the empty space.
Yeah, and you depend on his decision rather than yours. You see, you must bring a discussion, everything. You see, so for like a big artist like Bowie, John took it like, let me just advise a brother to manage himself.
Because you already know the space, you
know
each and everything, so you can manage yourself. Maybe just have a small group of just working with it in terms of cameras and all the instruments, but on the just managing your musical career, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, and also that's add on that he said that John was direct to the point. Also on the manager issue, you see, he was direct to the point. No. Don't change a manager you don't even need.
Yeah, you don't need one.
You don't need one.
Because maybe the person was having issues, so if you change to the next one, you don't know someone's agenda or something. To find that person whom you can trust, it really takes a lot.
And I saw some, those these just by the way, here in our country, some artists were advising the upcoming artists, like make sure when you find a manager to manage you, he's richer than you.
Oh yeah, don't find someone who is just malicious. Maybe someone
there for your money.
He's there for his own benefits. Find someone who knows what he wants to do, and maybe he or she wants the best for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe most of the managers you find, they just want the best for you.
Yeah, you know, it's easy for a manager to invest on you rather than you to invest on a manager.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's by the way, guys. So turning to this video, I really liked both artist appreciation to the other ones. I like the way John appreciated, like he was not really ready for this.
Yeah, it was just like we are there in the studio.
I don't know. Elton.
Elton, and they just find themselves writing this song or playing this song. I helped in there some backup piano. I don't know, some little. Even he didn't remember the guitar And the
Exactly.
interview was like, and the guitars.
Yeah, and the guitars.
Yeah.
And he just made what he could, because he said I could maybe do as well as our group does, because George does the guitar,
yeah,
the pianos.
yeah.
I do the some guitars alone,
Vocals, yeah.
vocals. So here I had to do what we do as a group, as one
As
solo.
one.
You see?
Oh, by the way, and
Yeah.
he was kind of an introvert person at the
Exactly.
start, because he was like, I didn't go, I don't know, love maybe go to the clubs and all that. He was just a chilled person. Yeah, so getting to connect with Elton, I think it was one of finding yourself free at the moment, because maybe you're feeling like at some point before we were just concentrating much on the Beatles, just being me with the band, doing our own stuff, but not doing much stuff outside the Beatles.
This is so amazing, man. This is Jebo, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Dan, for this episode. Yeah, so educational or
it's really
add some more meaning on Fame song.
yeah. Like we at least we know some history or some background of the song.
How it came out.
Yeah. So next visual we are going to react on the Fame song. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Dan, for this. It was really helpful.
We out.
Bye bye.